Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mom Count Ranch and Homestead. Today we are looking to get the majority, if not all, of our 2023 vegetable gardening planted. I am super excited. This whole week, 10-day forecast is looking great, so it's time to get it in. One thing that I'm going to start with is tomatoes. I did decide that in this raised bed I am going to do my tomatoes this year. I thought I had 4 tomato cages, but I only have 3, which is fine because there is poles on this patio area that I'm going to use as a trellis for the tomatoes. So that is where we are going to start. So I have 8 tomato plants, and as you can see, they are definitely putting on some nice height. They were outside, so they are kind of looking a little meh. So I do have to, once they get watered in, they'll perk right up. But the variety that I went with for the tomatoes is Jetstar tomato. So this says that it matures in 72 days and their fruit size is about 8 ounce. So a little bit of information that it says on the back is heavy yields of firm, meaty fruit that resist cracking and are low in acid, which is great. Transplant, so the leaves are 1 inch above the soil level and keep well watered. So they are definitely a water loving plant and heat. So obviously full sun, and these are indeterminate tomatoes. So there's 2 types of tomatoes. There's determinate and then there's indeterminate. Indeterminate is a plant, or a tomato plant specifically, that will just continue to go to an indeterminate height. Determinates stay kind of shorter. All the fruit comes at once. It doesn't have where, you don't need to prune it or anything like that. So I do like the indeterminate varieties better, only because you can get tomatoes, throughout the year as they start producing, rather than just all at once and then being done. So I definitely do like the indeterminate varieties. When planting your tomatoes, let me show you. I'll pull one out. I did go ahead and take the bottom leaves off of this. So I'm going to actually plant it probably to about here, because as you see these little frizzies. So those will actually produce roots and make for a stronger root system. So we are going to do that, and then any that have these little leaves coming out of the armpits, I'm also going to take those out. Those are called suckers, and we don't want them because the plant will put too much energy into the suckers rather than putting it into the fruit. Also, what I'm going to do is, because I am just planting these in the soil, I'm going to see if there is any flower buds, because if they are, I'm going to go ahead and pull those too. Yes, ideally you do want flowers to produce the fruit, but because we're only planting them, they're still short, I'm going to take those off. That way they can put energy into the roots and growing taller, rather than doing this right now. So again, here's this one. I'm taking, see that? This one's a better example. So when I do this, I'm actually going to pull this one off. This one, you can see how it's starting to have a little buds. I'm going to take those off too. Take those off. All right. And then they'll just grow and be beautiful. As you see, it is kind of droopy. I could take this one off, but I know when I water it, it is going to perk up a little bit more. Later in the season, as this grows, I may definitely take these lower bottom leaves off, but for right now, we're just going to leave it. One thing when planting tomatoes as well is that you want to try to water closer to the stem rather than on top of the tomato plants, because that can cause disease, and that's something that you don't want. So when watering, trying to get closest to the stem to the ground as possible. All right, let's keep going. All right, this one we already took care of as well, so I'm going to push this. So we're going to take the this one off, this one off. Get any of the little things here. This one does have some flower buds coming, so I'm going to take that off. There. And you're probably thinking, man, your soil is super dry. Yes, we have not had much rain at all. But once these are in, I'm going to give all the plants a really good watering. Oh, this one broke off, so I'm just going to take that. Okay. And as you see here, the little hairs on there, I'm going to kind of dig it a little deeper and cover those hairs up. Future roots. There. Oh, they look so sad. I can't wait to get them watered in. All right. Okay. All right, we got the tomatoes planted. I'm so excited. Great start to the summer. Let me go ahead and turn you around and show you the tomatoes. Here they are. So we did 4 on the back. I ended up doing the one over here. And then the 3 in there. I think I'm going to have to fix this. That's going to drive me crazy how crooked that tomato cage is. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plant maybe a few marigolds in here as well. Pop a really nice color, and it'll be a pollinator attractor. So bees love flowers that they can come and they're attracted to, which will help with the flowers that are growing on the vegetables and pollinate each other just to get things going. So, and again, flowers are pretty, so we're just going to try to make this space really beautiful. Look at my lettuce. I gotta get in here and get my water system hooked up. But some of them are looking good, some of them are looking sad. Like, look at this one. So sad. But then like this, absolutely beautiful. And by water system, we don't have a water system, kind of, but what we have is, up by the house we have a water spigot, and then we have a hose that goes back here that we hook up to my garden hose, and that's how we water it. It works out great. So I do like coming out and watering each individual plant. That way I can check on it, make sure that there's no disease, make sure everything's growing great, and it's just kind of my quiet time. So I do like coming out here and actually hand watering. So here are some marigolds. This is the variety. We have these. I also have yellow ones. Oh, they're there. They're hiding in there. Oh, okay. Yellow. sad looking. They definitely need a drink. One right there, and then I'll do a yellow one back here. I know I had mentioned before that tomatoes really like sun. But I do have, you're probably wondering, there's a bunch of shade here, but I do have my umbrella up. So it is kind of shady right now, but usually during the day and when I'm not out here, I do keep that umbrella down so they'll have plenty of sun. This is the morning. The sun comes up this way, up and over, so they'll have plenty of sun throughout the day. Okay, so we finally got the trellis up. That was a lot for one person. 2 of the T-posts, I didn't even get in all the way. I think there's just so many trucks down underneath. Last year it was fine, but we also had it in a different spot. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. I'm sure the cucumbers are going to be just perfectly fine. Okay, so cucumbers. We have pickling cucumbers. These say matures in 55 days. Fruit size 6 to 7 inches. So here is. It says produces high yields of short, slightly tapered fruit for solid, crisp, fresh. Matures in 55 days. Plant in rich soil and water regularly. Pick fruit often for the highest yield. And it likes full sun. So what it means by picking for the highest yield is as you continue to pick, it'll put more energy into producing more cucumbers. So, all right, let's see what we have. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we'll have. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I want to space them. All right, let's get rolling. All right, so there's 2 and 1, so I'm just gonna very lightly kind of just pull, just not to mess with too much of the root system. Yay, first cucumber! To the pepper plants. I think I have a couple bell peppers. Let me try to find them. A lot of jalapeno peppers. Maybe I only got one. Oh no, here's the other one. So we got the New Ace bell pepper. This is likes full sun, mature in 60 to 65 days. Fruit size 4 by 3 inches. So on the back it says this variety is a heavy yielding, disease resistant hybrid. Matures from green to red, ideal for stuffing and using fresh in salads. That'll be good. Well soiled, keep evenly watered. So with the bell peppers, we are also going to do what's called topping them, give them a haircut. I am going to take these little bottom leaves off. So with peppers, let me get closer. I don't know if you can see. You see these little plants. Oh, look at that blister from those T-posts. There is little shoots coming up in what we call the armpit. So what we're going to actually do is I'm going to take some of the top here. Whoops, sorry. Take the top, and I'm going to actually take this right off. See? So what'll happen now is this plant will put more of its energy into being more bushy rather than shooting straight up and producing a little bit of fruit. I did this last year and it worked out really well. It became a lot bushier and it produced a lot of peppers. So I'll continue to keep doing it just because it works, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. So let's go ahead and we're going to do this to all of the pepper plants, including the jalapenos as well, and we'll get them in the ground. It's so nice, isn't it? Like, you see the cucumbers. It's nice to finally see some green in the garden again. All right. I don't think the tag said anything about the spacing on pepper plants. Some people do them close together. Some people do them, 12 to 15 inches apart. I have mine probably about a foot, I think. Well, not even. I don't know how big this is. I have another one of these that has the measurements on them. But they do kind of like touching each other, like the leaves touching each other. And that's how I've done it, and it seems to work out well. So. And peppers love the heat. So they will definitely thrive this week with all that heat we're supposed to be getting. And we are going to take the top off. Gosh, I love a green garden. All right. The roots are good on this though. Some of them already are starting to put some flowers on. Oh, I see Gordon's home. Him and his daughter went to breakfast this morning. I was gonna go, but we have a lot to do, and this is a good time to plant. It's early in the morning before it gets super hot because you don't want the plants to suffer. So I passed and came to the garden. But we have a nice little diner in our town. It's called the Tease Diner, and they have, there's a lady that works there, and she does her own, she makes her own bagels there. Oh, delicious. Everything bagels are the best. So I think that's where they went this morning. They also have a really good omelet. It's called a feta omelet or something, and it has feta cheese, tomato, spinach, and the omelet. Oh, that was super good. Oh, there's a rock in here I want to get out. Alright, making some progress. Tap, tap. Alright, we did have to take a little bit of a break, and we did run out of time planting all of the vegetables that I wanted to get done. We ended up having to put a stop on planting and go around and tighten some fence wire due to one of our cows getting in the other side of the pasture, which he wasn't supposed to be. So we did go ahead, get the bell peppers, cucumbers. I did put a couple marigolds on each side of the cucumbers. We did get the tomatoes planted, and again did marigolds in that. So ideally you don't want to plant your vegetable plants during the heat of the day, and right now I think it's 2 o'clock right now, so that's a little bit too much to be planting plants in the summertime. And you may be thinking, well, they love the heat, they should be fine, but it's like a shock to them. So I did go ahead, I did water everything just now. Again, you really should wait until the evening or really early morning before the sun comes up to water everything, but everything was looking pretty droopy, so I didn't want to wait until this evening to water them. So I did water them. I avoided as much as I could to get water on the leaves, because that's where it could burn. The leaves can burn if you have water on it during the heat of the day. So the plants that we didn't get to, which was the jalapenos, we have eggplant, more marigolds, we have like the squashes, zucchini, also pumpkins, things like that we didn't get to today. So hopefully we'll get to those either this evening or tomorrow morning. So thank you guys so much for really starting the garden with me, getting a good amount done, I think, for what we had time for. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Again, happy Memorial Day. It is Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're enjoying your friends and family and embracing what Memorial Day is all about. So have a great day, guys. Bye.